Hello guys, today I'm going to be talking about a very interesting, almost philosophical question about why we want to stay in our comfort zone. Why, when it comes time to do something that we really care about, like reading a book, studying, these are all good things. Why does it innately feel like we want to not do it? Why, at the last moment of a sprint, when we know that we have only a few more to go, it feels awfully painful and we don't want to continue? The last example is a little more intuitive. But that general sense of why is it that we always steer towards safety and comfort rather than being able to kind of naturally feel good about pushing ourselves to extents in order to achieve these goals that we want, right? I mean, a good example is, studying is ubiquitous across the world, where students always procrastinate studying, even though they know that studying will bring them really good education, knowledge, intelligence, maybe good careers in the future as well. But yet they are all deterred to do it. Why is that? Okay, studying is a little more of a hard example because it's not innate, like it's not intuitive exactly why it is, because studying is more of an association with pain rather than pain itself. But a good example, right, I said earlier, is the idea of, running or like pushing yourselves in that last bit of a sprint. And it comes like very intuitively. At the last moment of the sprint, you know if you continue your pace, like even when you're exhausted, that it feels like hell to get past that last hurdle. But yet you want to achieve that. You'll not only feel a tremendous sense of achievement within yourself, but you also know you accomplished something big. You know that you actually might be able to gain some money, maybe fundraise some things or something. But you want to stay in your comfort there exactly because your body is in excruciating pain, right? Your body is still an animal's form. And this is what I like to think about. Like our body, we're intrinsically all animalistic, right? Our biological senses and our biological needs and capacities are all still very animalistic. If we were to lose our conscious mind in our decisions and let our body flow in the way it wanted to, we would only result in doing everything else an animal will do. And it's very interesting. If you look at animals, right, they're kind of a good example of this. What they do seems like what a human would do if they lived in their comfort zone. The animal is very territorial. Once it finds its territory, it stays within it, eats only the things that are around it, and make sure it's defensive, right? Make sure it's a safe area, and every morning it wakes up, it just eats the food it has, if it is their food, maybe go look for some food if there isn't, and then water, and then hide, and then all that stuff, right? It's very comfort oriented, but it's also what leads them to live the longest. Rather than like the animal moving out of its shelter, out of its territory, going to unexpected territory, and then getting killed by another predator, it remains in safety knowing that its territory is its own. And a human, right, if we were to say in the comfort zone with that in mind, would do the same thing. They would stay within the confines of their territory, which is maybe in their sense a home, eat the food that is there if it's provided, and then spend the rest of the day maybe just like idling it away and go to sleep. But that is the way you would probably live the longest. If you were to actually put yourself in pain to achieve your goals, you would be in a lot more risk. But then there's this whole other idea. Why do we want to aim for a higher power? Like, why do we want to push ourselves? Why are we not animalistic in our nature to actually just enjoy the comfort? There are no animals that go out there and like have the mindset, yo, I want to improve myself, I want to achieve this and that. They're all just in their shelters, in their territories, and they never have a problem with going out there. And so it comes down to the question, why do we want to do this to ourselves? And I believe that it has high correlation to do with intelligence and our conscious ability to be curious and explore and make the best out of ourselves comes hand in hand with intelligence, really, right? Like, why have civilization improved to this level, right? Where we're able to sit in our rooms, air conditioned, sheltered by the sun, eating food made from factories, if we were just to be content with our safety within a cave, you know. But it's our ability and our conscious thought to constantly improve and be curious, right? Goes hand in hand with intelligence that has led us to this level. So we are innately kind of adjusted to the thought of wanting to find the full capacity within each and one of ourselves. We want to see how far our own ability can take us and and really what we can achieve. And that is probably tied to an enormous sense of accomplishment and self, right? It's the sense of purpose, right? As Carl Jung put it, his sense of purpose is, putting self-sacrifice yourself for something else, right? And self-sacrificing yourself for something greater than yourself, something that you are passionate about, something that you care about. And, if you were to achieve something that required you going out of your comfort zone, you intrinsically also complete that kind of purpose of yourself. And so, it's biologically linked kind of in the sense that we do feel great pleasure off doing that. And so that's why there's that like motivation to actually push out your comfort zone. But then, it's like it's interesting. It's really interesting. It's a competition between our biological needs and wants versus our intelligent, curious, um, self-realization kind of motivation and scale of mind that is leading us to actually want to go further than that. So that's why when you say you stop at that last part of the sprint, the final hurdle, this part is happy, right? Your body's like, oh, thank you so much. Right? That's why it feels good, like at the moment after you stop. But then this part of your brain that's saying, I want to achieve this and that, but now I didn't. So that's why you feel an enormous sense of disappointment even though your body's thanking you, God bless you for that. You know what I'm saying? So, the kind of conclusion here is that there is no harm in staying within your comfort zone. If anything, it's better for you physically. But yet, our human satisfaction, our human need for growth, exploration, curiosity will never be met. And so, in the end, it is worth the sacrifice to put ourselves out of our comfort zone to achieve those things. That's what makes us human. And I think a really good example of this, that could be exemplified pretty intuitively, is David Goggins. He's been taken as a kind of a meme around the internet and such, but I think he truly exemplifies kind of this push to achieve this higher version of himself and ignoring the limits of his physicality, something an animal would never do. David Goggins puts himself, even when he's running through that marathon, on broken knees, on broken legs. I forgot what it was on broken legs, he runs the marathon for another like 30 miles. What the hell? If that was an animal, you would have stopped the second you broke your leg. But he has his higher purpose in mind and he achieves it through self sacrificing his body, through putting himself extremely out of the comfort zone. But do you think he'll live longer than someone who stayed in the comfort zone and maybe stopped right after the leg broke? I don't think so. But what he did achieve is that human need for accomplishment and self realization, which I think personally as well outweighs anything else that can be gained through staying in the comfort zone. Thank you for watching.